to plant our emerald green arborvitaes. Arborvitaes are a really soft to the touch kind of shrub, and they grow in lots of different forms and colors, from very dark green to gold and everything in between. The emerald green ones are going to be tall pillars. They'll be cone shaped. If you let them go and they are in their favorite conditions, they could get 15 feet tall, or sometimes they stay under 10 feet tall. It really depends on the conditions they are given and also how you prune them. We're planning to probably keep them at about 12 feet tall or less. Now, my husband, thank you, has dug 3 holes for me. He's so good at that, and I really appreciate it. Thank you. And the holes are about 1.5 times as wide as the root ball, and they're just about the same depth as the root ball. But actually, because we have clay soil, it's okay if the root ball is up above the soil line just a little bit, mounded, and then we'll mound the dirt up to the trunk. And the reason for that is that they want to kind of have good drainage, and if we sink them all the way down into a clay hole, the drainage won't be the greatest. So we're going to probably keep the root ball about 3 to 4 inches above the line of the original soil, and that's okay. Now again, because we have clay soil, I'm going to be putting some gypsum into the hole, and this just helps to lighten up the clay a little bit. Over time, this will break down and just provide a little bit more drainage and looseness to the clay down in there. We'll also be using this Espoma Biotone starter fertilizer. This is really good for root development and feeding the plant in its first year. I was reading up on how to care for arborvitaes, and they really don't need fertilizer a lot. They shouldn't, but the Biotone will get them off to a great start. It'll help those roots spread out into the soil, and they'll be good to go. Watering, I've already watered the holes. We're going to be watering them as soon as they're planted, and then probably I'll check them every day, but probably we'll water them every other day, maybe every 3rd day for the next who knows how long. We tend to get hot and humid summers here. It is only March still, but I want to keep them nice and happy. So at least twice a week, maybe more in the hot season for the first year. And then next year, we'll make sure they get about 1 inch of water per week, whether we water them by hand or from rain. The other thing about it is we're going to be putting some of this compost material into the hole as well, and that again will help with the clay soil compaction. It'll also just add a tiny bit of organic matter, which helps with nutrients, and it helps with drainage and other things like that. So these are balled and burlapped. You could leave the burlap on them. I was reading up about that. You could, because it will decay. However, it will take time to decay. So I think to give the roots the best chance for spreading out right away, I'm going to go ahead and cut that burlap off of the balls and set them into the holes without the burlap. But that'll be the last step before we put it in the hole. Anything else to talk about? We've covered water, we've covered fertilizer, we've covered planting depth. I think it's just time to get at it. Okay, so we have our first arborvitae planted, 2 more to go, and this is a great day for making progress. Yay! And that is our 3 new arborvitaes planted here. I think they're going to look really nice as a small little bit of screening from the top of the yard as we look down, screening a little bit of the fence and the gate and a little bit of our neighbor's stuff. So thank you so much for joining us today. I'm so glad that you watched our video, and I look forward to having you follow along as we move through the summer. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.